So before this video gets started, if you are an Uber driver, a Lyft driver, or a gig worker and you want paid time off, if you want paid time off, sick leave, you want protection if you get into accidents, if you want income protection, if you want protection if you ever get deactivated, hospitalized, if you ever do get deactivated and you want your account back as well, there's a brand new company that just launched and they got $1.6 million in funding. They're doing same day cash transfers to drivers, to gig workers for, paid time off, all that stuff. If you want that, the company's called Cover. And if you use my link down below, you get 30 days for free. It does start at $7 a month. But again, if you use my link, you get 30 days for free. No commitments, no annual contracts. You can cancel and pause at any time. The company's called Cover. At least check it out. At least click my link down below and accept that gift of 30 days for free. And now let's get on to the video. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name's Dylan. Thank you so much for coming by. So today's video is an update video on everything that is going on for rideshare right now. There's just so much going on. I'm sure if you've been keeping up with the news, you realize that, every single time you think that Uber and Lyft might be coming back, they aren't. There's more and more things happening, and today is a breaking news video, and it looks like Uber and Lyft might actually be shutting down in California right now, within the next 5 days, which is absolutely pretty nuts. Lyft in about a week. I know I said Uber and Lyft, but I meant Uber in 5 days and then Lyft in about a week. And then other states too. I've even heard rumors that this could be going nationwide, and Uber and Lyft might need to temporarily shut down nationwide in order to accommodate what's basically going on, which the government is trying to make Uber and Lyft drivers employees. I know a lot of drivers don't want that, but essentially the way Uber has it right now is that everyone's are independent contractors. There's a lot, and then the government wants to make them employees. Uber and Lyft want to create a third type of worker, which, yeah, that's basically what they're trying to do. So shout out to Alfred Coffee, by the way, because, well, actually I haven't tasted it. Guess how much money this costed? Should I tell you guys? $6 for this. It is pretty good. Alfred in West Hollywood, check it out. Not sponsored at all. So without further ado, let me just get right into the article. This is on QZ.com. It really looks like Uber and Lyft might suspend operations in California. I don't know why he looks so happy. I mean, they're gonna end. Maybe that was taken before the shutdown. By the way, guys, seriously, if you don't know what Get Upside is, I highly recommend checking it out. So basically the way the app works is they give you a list of gas stations, mostly 76 and like Mobile and Circle K. But the way it works is they give you money, and every single time you fill up gas, it adds up. And so far I have $81, which, isn't like a ton of money, but it's still enough to pay for gas every now and then, or groceries or whatever. I just do PayPal. I get the money sent to my PayPal account. I'm not going to cash it out yet just because I'm waiting. I don't know, for me, I like to get a big cash out, at least $100. That way it hits my bank account and I feel good. By the way, use my link and you get an additional 15 cents off per gallon on your first fill up. So that's, an extra $1 or $2, probably $2, depending on how much is in your tank. $2 or $3. Are Uber and Lyft just bluffing? Both ride-hailing services threatened to temporarily shut down their operations in California after the judge declined to carve out an exemption for them from AB 5, the new state law that would require the companies to classify drivers as employees. The court injunction gave Uber and Lyft 10 days from the August 10th ruling to change the independent contractor status of their drivers and provide them benefits such as health insurance and minimum wage. The companies, which are appealing the ruling, already have lost a bid to extend the 10-day stay on the injunction, firming up the deadline to reclassify the drivers. So this court injunction, yeah, so it was on August 10th. Today's the 15th, so it's about halfway. There are still 5 more days. Uber and Lyft are appealing it, but I mean, I don't really know how you can appeal the ruling, like who's gonna decide whether or not. And also Uber and Lyft created a bid to extend so they can get more time, and the judge already said no, so I don't think it's gonna get appealed, which means in 5 days, guys, if Uber and Lyft are gonna stick to their guns, Uber and Lyft's gonna shut down in California. This is absolutely crazy, guys. I'm in California. I'm not gonna be able to take an Uber or a Lyft anymore or make money. California is home to both brands and a big market for each. No duh. Leaving would be a risk not only for Uber and Lyft, but for tens of thousands of drivers depending on the companies for income, and for the customers depending on them for transportation. That's a big one. A lot of people aren't talking about how many people rely on Uber and Lyft for transportation getting around town. That's just the kind of pressure that could help bolster support for Prop 22, a California ballot initiative backed by the gig platforms to exempt them from having to reclassify drivers as employees. But the ballot question won't be put to voters until November, meaning that barring a successful appeal in court, the companies could have no choice but to comply with AB5 as of August 20th. So if Uber and Lyft don't want to shut down, they have to make all their drivers employees by August 20th. And they literally, Uber and Lyft already said that they can't do that. So they said they're going to shut down. So honestly, at this point, guys, I just want to be the first one to say it. It looks like they're actually going to shut down. I know a lot of people have been talking about it, and you've seen all these clickbaity titles like, oh my gosh, Uber and Lyft are threatening to shut down. No, at this point, guys, it actually looks, based on the facts that you see right here, is that, you know, they already appealed it. They tried to get an extension of the 10 days. The judge said no, and in the next 5 days, by August 20th, Uber and Lyft either have to make all their drivers employees or shut down. Shut down. Pretty nuts. So sorry, I'm a little weird if you haven't noticed yet. If Uber and Lyft were to leave California, the revenue impact to both would be relatively limited due to the pandemic. Right? That's true, actually. Actually, I don't think Uber really cares that much, because their Uber Eats and Postmates are way bigger than Uber Rideshare right now. So I don't even think they really care that much. Given the depressed ride volumes now due to the damn pandemic, this is probably the best time for Uber to have to do this. It could motivate voters even more to bring ride-sharing back to California in the election. So, yeah, I mean, the reason that they are shutting down is because they created a Prop 22, which basically allows the public to vote, and the public could possibly be like, well, yeah, life sucks without Uber and Lyft, so let's vote for them to bring drivers back. And so this could actually work in Uber's favor, Uber and Lyft's favor. A third way? A third way? Ooh, a three-way? No, a third way. Uber, while strongly resisting the regulation of AB5, has been offering other concessions on flexible work. Ahead of the recent court ruling, Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi wrote in a New York Times op-ed about the need for a third way, which would give drivers a safety net while preserving their independent driver status. But Brian Chen, an attorney at the National Employment Law, says there's nothing in the law that requires an employee to give up flexibility. That's what I've been saying this whole time. They're creating this whole scare tactic, guys, I swear. Uber and Lyft say, oh, if you become an employee, you have to drive on a schedule. No, you don't. You literally don't. Nowhere does that say that. And this attorney agrees with me. Look at this. It's just another threat by the companies that if they're held accountable by the public, they're going to take it out on their workers. Literally exactly what I just said, word for word. Not really, but kind of. Uber has warned that if it's forced to reclassify drivers as employees, there will be fewer drivers on the road and prices will increase. Well, they're gonna have to increase prices because, woo, gosh darn, they've been underpaying drivers for a long time and taking a shortcut in all this. The calls for them to change their exploitative business model are growing louder and louder by the day. That's true. I agree with Steve Smith, a spokesperson for the Cali Labor Federation. We're confident that voters have no appetite to give these companies a free pass to continue cheating workers and shifting the burden. Yeah. Oh, look at this, guys. Uber, Lyft, Instacart, DoorDash, and Postmates have raised over $110 million to back Prop 22, which would make drivers eligible for minimum earnings, healthcare subsidies, and vehicle insurance, but would not classify as employees. However, voters decide the question, it could become a model for other states and change the landscape for millions of U.S. gig workers. So yeah, guys, that's a big update as of now. Comment down below, do you want to be a driver? Do you think Uber drivers should be independent or employees? I personally, I don't really know. All I do know is that drivers, I think the way it currently is that drivers don't really get enough money, and I think drivers should get paid more. That's literally all I think. So anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, so on that 5th day, on August 20th, I will make an update video, you know, as things get closer, as things are shutting down. Yeah, guys, so stay tuned and make sure to subscribe and smash the like button if you could help me out for the YouTube algorithm. I would appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.